coming up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show.
I cannot logically adopt him.
Drew, did you know that?
I'm hearing this literally for the first time.
Oh, I'm just hearing it now. I didn't know.
He ain't gonna gaslight me, motherfucker. I'm your foster child, so I'm like, how you gonna adopt me, then you're not? So I with you, Ralph, but you dead ass wrong.
She was talking about someone and speaking on something that she herself is doing. You're a hypocrite.
I take care of my kids. I've also taken care of other people's kids. That's why I can relate to your situation. And I never told them to get the out.
How would you dare bring this up at a table with some guy that Kenny done picked up on the island? Everyone at the table that I haven't even talked to about this. I don't even remember what was said. What all did we say?
Girl, what didn't y'all say?
That's the thing she likes to say. Oh, I always go below the belt. No, bitch.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta after show starts now.
In Jamaica, Ralph surprises everyone when he says he's not going to adopt your son, Josiah.
You're gonna adopt him, correct?
I cannot logically adopt him if his father wants to be a part of his life.
So wait a second. Drew, did you know that?
You know, we were in Jamaica. I'm hearing this literally for the first time. So,
Oh, you didn't?
Girl, no, because...
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, he made an announcement to me and my mom that he was going to adopt Josiah. And it was this whole moment that we were like literally in tears. And then we had a conversation where he said he talked to Josiah's biological father and his father was not necessarily happy about it. He had a conversation with Josiah's biological father and that conversation led him to feel uneasy about moving forward. He had made this decision, which he announced in Jamaica in front of everybody, you know, that he definitely wasn't gonna adopt him. And I just felt like, I wish that would have been a conversation between the two of us, you know, because I felt blindsided.
Oh, I'm just hearing it now. I
didn't
know.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to understand, because if he never would have said, I'm going to adopt him, then I probably, you know, wouldn't have had an issue with it. But because he had made this grand decision and then flipped, you know, I was like, well, where is this coming from?
It may not be fair. I don't know if it's right. I need to stay out of their business, but it hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your foster child, so I'm like, how you gonna adopt me, then you're not? Drew had told us that he said he was gonna adopt the little boy. So that means he told him that. Mm-hmm. This is your wife. You don't plan on ever leaving her. Yeah. You have 2 other children by her. Don't ever make this baby not feel, why doesn't he have your last name, or why can't you take him on?
Yeah. I guess maybe I have a different perspective than everybody else because I am a child of divorce, and I had a great stepdad. My stepfather, even when he separated from my mom, he was still in my life. He wanted to adopt me at once, but he never actually adopted me, but he still was like a dad to me. You know, so I understand where Ralph is coming from, and I get what he was saying if Josiah's father has an issue with it. I mean, he doesn't want to disrespect his dad. I get that. That does not change the fact that he has a great relationship with him. And I don't see it being a problem where if he doesn't want to go through the process on paper.
I just had so many questions, but then I was emotional because this is my baby. You know, I birthed Josiah. He is biologically mine, and I don't take it lightly. And all I've tried to do is protect him and be the best mom I can be because I was a single mom. So, you know, like, here is another example where we have work to do in our marriage because I feel like something so personal in our lives should be had and talked about behind closed doors just between us, you know, so that we're a united front amongst our friends. And so I was sitting there like everybody else, like, I am learning this with my friends and I don't understand why he just didn't pull me aside.
Drew and Ralph, I tell you.
A mess.
A mess.
But let me say this, let me say something positive. From what I have seen with Ralph, with the son, he's been a great stepfather to that son. So I don't think that he would have any other intention other than making him a permanent part of their lives.
Kandi, you didn't bring a +1, but I heard you might have met somebody in Jamaica.
Okay, so my +1 was my cousin Shay, and she tested positive for COVID. So she wasn't allowed to come. So of course now I feel really crappy because, you know, the pressure of bringing someone, and then I got Shay to take the time off from work and to do all this stuff, and then she ends up getting COVID. So, okay, screwed. But then on the way to the resort, these really cute guys are trying to get my attention on the cart with Sanya. So we go over there, and the guy seemed really nice.
How you doing, Kenya?
Kenya, nice to meet you.
Are you here by yourself?
No, my brother's here.
That's not what I mean.
Oh,
And I invited him to dinner, so I had a +1 at dinner.
She did.
Boxers or briefs?
He said commando, y'all. Commando?
Commando.
It's hard.
It was really interesting to meet him because he is a great guy. He seems like a really nice man.
So you guys gonna have a second date or?
I feel like he's more a friend.
Okay.
I'm not like physically attracted to him, but I definitely want to be friends with him. He texts me, emails me all the time. He has a lot of great qualities.
But not a love match?
Not a love match, no. Not for me.
During a meeting with Ralph's publisher, he asked you to write the foreword for his upcoming book about step-parenting.
You know what's in the book. You know, you've been on this journey. I haven't.
For us to get to this point, I had to just go through this journey by myself before we can really truly pull you into the process. And so now is that time. I would be honored if you would write the foreword.
You know, at the time that I learned about the book, I was a little confused just because, you know, we were having conversations about him adopting Josiah, and I felt like, well, until he makes that full commitment, how is he in a place to write this book about step parenting? And also, because I wasn't a part of the conversations before he actually got the publishing deal, I was just blindsided. Like, I had no part in it. But then he asked me to write the foreword. So I didn't know what I was writing a foreword about because I really wasn't involved. And so I had reservations about it. And I can say now, he's been a little more sharing. He's had me a little more involved. And I feel like even him talking about the book amongst the group, there was a lot of triggers.
I'm your foster child, so I'm like, how are you gonna adopt me, then you're not?
Most of the women have gone through a step parenting or blended or will go through a blended situation. It's something we all need to talk about. It's something we're all dealing with in our life. And I felt like in a way it kind of brought us closer to each other because I was able to address Marlo and realize that a lot of the things she was so emotional about was really trauma within her own life. And I just felt like at that moment I saw Marlo in such a vulnerable way that I never saw her before. So I started to see that it could be very informative, and I think it's an important conversation that needs to be had because we don't talk about it. There is no blueprint on how to blend a family, but it is so challenging. And I felt like he might be onto something, you know, and I want to support him because it could help a lot of people.